So today is World Autism Awareness Day, and I would like to call it Autism Acceptance Day because everyone is aware now. Now we need to accept it instead of trying to change um, the people who have autism. And it's not just children who have autism, there are adults out there who have autism and are living with autism. For some reason, most of the adults are forgotten because a lot of people are, I don't know what word to use, but they aren't smart enough to understand that autism does not go away. It is something that they live with forever. However, they adapt to their surroundings and the things that they do, but they do still face challenges on a day-to-day basis. Um, I'm actually speaking from the standpoint of an autism mom. I honestly knew that my son had autism when he was 2 years old, probably before he was even 2 years old. I started noticing, but of course, doctors are saying, oh, boys develop slowly or slower than girls. There's nothing wrong. Giving me these little um, reasons as to why they don't want to listen to me. So when he turned about 3 years old, he started regressing. I hear a child. Okay, he doesn't want me. But when he turned about 3 years old, he started regressing. Now, when he was a year old, he had some speech. He was talking like a normal 1 year old. But there were other things that showed signs of autism. When you turned 2 years old, the speech didn't change. It didn't it didn't grow, but it didn't decrease yet. When he was about 3, it stopped. Like just out of nowhere, it just stopped. It didn't slow down. It didn't, like it just stopped. So, went back to that same doctor and I'm like, look, something is wrong. I don't know. Because at that time I didn't know what they called it. Um, I had been in working in daycares and things like that for years. But I did not know that they called it autistic. Because at that time I was like 22, 25, somewhere around there. Um, and that doctor ignored me, completely ignored me. Oh, nothing's wrong, everything is fine, blah, blah, blah. So I switched doctors. And shout out to Michelle Bosworth. She's the bomb. When I expressed my concern, she was like, okay, even though everybody feels like it's too early to test, I'll evaluate. She sent off for the evaluation. We went to a developmental specialist, but there was only one that his insurance would cover. However, I'm just going to say I didn't like her because apparently it's against the law to down talk a doctor. But I didn't like her, and she said some really disrespectful and rude things. But anyways, we got the diagnosis. We started speech therapy, occupational therapy, sensory therapy, and sign language. And he ended up starting school on his 3rd birthday because of the disability, or what they call it, a disability. I call it an ability. He started school, and he was in PPCD for a year and a half before they integrated him with the regular pre-K. So he did like half a day PPCD, half a day pre-K. Um, Everything was good. Kindergarten was pretty good. He made a lot of progress in kindergarten. Shout out to Mrs. Barkbauer. She's retired now, but that woman is the bomb. Um, he made a lot of progression. And also shout out to Miss Teresa Wilson. She's also the bomb. She was his aide for many years. And to this day, that's still her baby, even though he's 11 now. Um, yeah, so first grade was okay. And we noticed the maturity level changed. He actually started talking in full sentences right at about first grade. But also in first grade, no, second grade, when he got in second grade is when I got sick with my disability. And his maturity level just completely shot up. He was taking care of his siblings, taking care of me. He was reading. Um, Math was doing a lot better. Just different things. Because I guess inside of him, he felt like he had to grow up. And that's what he did. He pushed himself even harder. Um, at that time, he just had Asperger's. And there were no other real symptoms uh, of, different types of autism or anything. Um, I hope I'm explaining this correctly. Um, Gosh, I can't even think right now. He did have I forgot what they call it. The sensory thing where he didn't like to get his hands dirty. He did not like to use his hands with anything. Sand was a no-no. Glue, food, no-no. No-no. Certain foods, he still won't eat certain foods because it has sauce. Or like a steak, it has to be completely dry. If it has sauce, gravy, if it's wet, moist, he will not touch it. He doesn't eat anything out of a can. He only eats fresh vegetables and raw fruit. And it's been like that for years. Um, Eventually, well, I'm not going to say eventually. As he got older, he started having the hearing thing where certain sounds would kind of throw him off. Um, in his younger years, he didn't know where he was in space. So he couldn't like walk straight. He would kind of sway off. Or if he was trying to balance, he couldn't do it. Because I guess it was kind of like an equilibrium type thing. It was off. Um, he was diagnosed with ADD and ADHD. But I don't know why they even diagnosed him with that. Because he doesn't have a problem with paying attention. Now, he does get easily distracted. But if you redirect him, that's all it takes. My eyes are watering. Now that he's in like puberty age, it has completely changed. Complete 360 of what I was used to. And it's been challenging. It's not like over the top since he's not that high on the spectrum. So it's not like I'm dealing with it every single day, time after time. like I know most of my friends are. It's just occasionally. Um, he does get frustrated a lot now. And he doesn't know what to do with that anger or that frustration. He can't express himself or his emotions. And that has always kind of been a problem, but it's getting worse now. He's had meltdowns. He started stimming last year. And he has never really stemmed, or I never noticed a pattern of stimming. He's always had that OCD type thing where things have to be in a certain place or in a certain order. And then that possessive thing, this is mine. Don't touch it. Don't play with it. Don't look at it. You know. Um it is autism is an amazing thing to have to live with, you know, to have to experience, even as a mother. Because there are struggles, there are hardships, but our children are the biggest blessings on earth. And our children are the most lovable children that you will ever meet. And you know, it's if you know someone with autism or someone who has a child with autism, then you know. You know what I'm saying. Of course, they have their ways where they can come off as being rude or disrespectful or inappropriate, but they don't know. They aren't aware. They don't understand. But I will say that as they get older, from like children, preschool, first, second, third grade, when they reach a certain age, they know exactly what they're doing. Some of them will use that autism as a way to get their way. And it's always interesting because you know, as a parent or an educator, you know when it's the autism or when it's them trying to get over. So, you know, it's always amazing to see how they can change and switch up, you know. And I did want to talk about our proud mommy moments. Kids with autism, most of them, they get their proud mommy moments late. We experience those moments late. And when we do get them, like something as simple as my child played in the mud, but my child's 8 years old, we're excited. You know, that's just an example. And other parents are like, it's just mud. Or your child is 8. She ain't never played in the mud. Or he's never played in the mud. And it's like, no, you don't understand. This is big. Like for me, I think my first proud mommy moment was when my son when he spoke his you know what, I still have this is my proud mommy moment. There was a worksheet from his kindergarten class, and it was about the letter sounds. And he had to spell a word, but he spelled it with a C instead of a K at the end. And his teacher said, she wrote on the paper what happened and how she got him to correct it. And She said, well, you know, you got this right, but there's another sound that sounds like that, or something of that nature. And he said in a full sentence, oh, you mean like the letter that my name starts with? And she called me, and she was like, he said a full sentence. It was a full sentence. And, you know, I still have that paper. Even though my child is 11 years old in the 5th grade, I still have that paper from kindergarten. So, that was one of my proud mommy moments. Then when he learned to tie his shoes, he was about, might have been 8. My child was about 3rd grade when he learned to tie his shoes. But that was a proud mommy moment. Because he didn't do the bunny ears. He did the actual, regular way. And when we potty trained him, he did sign language. He signed out underwear like dad. Because we tried the pull-ups and that wasn't working. And he signed out underwear like dad. We got him underwear like dad, and it was on from there. He might have had 2 accidents. So, he's always been a friendly person, which is one of the things that a lot of people, which that's one of the reasons why a lot of people would say, no, he's not autistic. Because he has lots of friends. And all of his friends, shout out to all his friends' parents. They are amazing. They love him to death. And his friends are so patient with him. And I just love that. But he's always been a very friendly person. He can make friends with anybody. And I don't know. That's just a little bit about us. If you have any questions, just leave a comment. Feel free to message me. Follow me on Instagram, chronically.rizzo. Or is it chronically? Yeah, chronically.rizzo. And then I'm also can be found on Facebook, chronically.rizzo. It should come up. That'll be all for right now. Everybody have a good evening and happy April 2nd. Light it up blue. Autism awareness. Acceptance.